In the last video, we have discussed different forms and types of precipitation. In this one, we will study the measurement of precipitation. Why we are to measure the precipitation? For hydrological design, it is necessary to have the records of precipitation for a long period. All forms of precipitation are measured on the basis of vertical depth of water. Okay, we have to measure in terms of vertical depth of water or water equivalent in the case of snow. It is measured in millimeters or centimeters. The instrument which is used for measuring the precipitation is called rain gauges. We can classify that into two. That is, first one, it is non-recording type rain gauge. Another one, it is self-recording type or automatic recording type rain gauges. Coming to the non-recording type rain gauge, from the word itself, it is clear that they do not record the rainfall directly but only collect the rainwater. There are two types of non-recording type rainfall. First one, it is Simon's rain gauge. Another one, it is standard non-recording type rain gauge. Until about 1969 in India, the non-recording type rain gauge extensively used by IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department, is Simon's rain gauge. Since 1969, we are using standard non-recording type rain gauge. So, first we will discuss Simon's rain gauge. It is having a cylindrical metal case of internal diameter 12.7 centimeter and it is having an enlarged bottom of diameter 20.32. At the top, a funnel is fixed which is provided with a brass ring. The shank of the funnel is inserted in a glass bottle which is placed in the case. The funnel and the bottle is placed in this case. The case is placed on a foundation block. Normally it may be masonry or concrete block. The entire arrangement is in such a way that the distance from the ground level to the top of the rim is maintained as 30.5 centimeter. If you add all these values, you will get nearly as 30.5 centimeter. Next is standard non-recording type rain gauge. It consisting of a collector and a receiver portion. The receiver portion consisting of a base and a bottle. The collector portion is placed above the ground level while the receiver portion is partially below the ground level. Collector has a deep set of funnel and it is as you can see, the rain gauge is tapering towards the top. Then the bottle having capacity 4 liter. Normally you can use 2 liter, 4 liter or 10 liter capacity. And the top area, it is 100 centimeter square or 200 centimeter square is used. Here it is 200 centimeter. Then the collector and the receiver is locked at both sides. One, it is inside the lower end of the collector and another one, it is outside the top end of the base. Next we will see how to measure the rainfall depth. Consider the bottle is completely filled due to rain. So the total volume of water, it is 4 liter. That means it is 4000 centimeter cube. And the area at the top, it is 200 centimeter square. So the depth of rainfall is equal to volume of water in the bottle divided by collector aperture area. Here the volume, it is 4000 centimeter cube divided by the top area, it is 200 centimeter square. So you are getting it as 20 centimeter or 200 mm. Next one, it is recording type rain gauges. From recording type rain gauges, we will get the rainfall data directly. It is classified into three, that is tipping bucket rain gauge, weighing bucket rain gauge and float type rain gauge. We'll first consider tipping bucket rain gauge. It consisting of a funnel of diameter 30 centimeter. It collects the rain and conduct it to a pair of tipping bucket of capacity 0.25 mm. When the tipping bucket reaches its capacity, it starts tips and empties its water into a storage tank. Then the second bucket starts receiving the water. This process repeats. These tipping buckets are pivoted below the funnel. The tipping of bucket actuates an electric circuit which causes a pen to mark on a record sheet mounted on a clock-driven revolving drum. So, we'll get a graph on a record sheet. From that, we can directly measure the rainfall data, or you can use a measuring tube and you can collect the water. Then we can measure the rainfall data as we have done in the case of non-recording type. This is the tipping bucket. When it reaches the capacity, it starts tipping the water. Next is weighing bucket rain gauge. It consisting of a catch bucket in which the rainfall is collected. Then it is connected to a platform. The platform will start move by increasing the weight of the catch bucket by collecting the water. Then it is connected to a weighing device and a pen is connected to that one. By the movement of platform, the pen starts moving. The pen is connected to a record sheet which is placed over a revolving drum. Then the movement of pen represents the rainfall data with respect to time. It is recorded over this sheet. This represents a float type rain gauge. It consisting of a funnel. Then it is connected to a float chamber, and inside the float chamber there is a float. When the float chamber starts filling, what will happen? The float will start move upward direction. That float is connected to a pen, and that pen is connected to a graduated sheet which is placed over a revolving drum. The movement of float is plotted using the pen on this sheet that represent the rainfall data with respect to time. When this float chamber completely fills, it is emptied using siphonic action. This is a recording type rain gauge. As you can see, there is a drum over which a graph sheet is placed. Then this represents the pen. The movement of this pen records the rainfall data.